My name is Deborah Moore. I have worked in education for 18 years. I have 2 daughters and 8 grandchildren. I have worked at White Rock, Seneca Public Schools, and I've also worked at the Wyandotte Nation Tribal School. I am currently working with adult and youth at Grand Lake Mental Health in Grove, Oklahoma. I decided to use the Pecha presentation format because it is a format that I was not familiar with and I wanted to try something new. This presentation format allows for 20 slides. Each slide is 20 seconds long for a presentation of about 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Therefore, I will present 2 Pecha presentation formats to cover all 7 artifacts. The purpose of this portion of the digital portfolio is to demonstrate the skills and knowledge I learned that meet the 7 areas of the ISTE and KSDE standards under the graduate base requirements. This first artifact falls under the heading of professionalism. It involved a 5-member team project where we were to develop a professional development event. We had to set goals and objectives and ensure a plan of action. We had to identify team members and their roles. We had to specify what was to be learned, how the technology was to be used, and specify on technological assistance to be used throughout the school year. As a group, we were to analyze the task, give an hourly schedule of group sessions in detail. We also had to conduct a needs analysis, a survey that conveyed district technological needs. We conducted a learner analysis where patrons were to answer a 10-part questionnaire on technology. This also included demographic information on age, gender, and educational background of the participants. This professional development event was done in an outline form detailing audience demographic and needs and information on the hourly group sessions. It included the school emblem and a biography on the keynote speaker. This artifact demonstrates commitment to lifelong learning, participates in ongoing professional development, and sets priorities through self-motivation and directions. This professional development leadership exercise represents the graduate base under professionalism, which states the educator will demonstrate specific attitudes, values, beliefs, and behaviors which reflect a commitment to dependable and professional demeanor. One of the first projects we did was the final project for the summer of 2013. This threefold project addresses the graduate base standard 2 under communication. We were to create a flyer, a presentation, which was done in PowerPoint, and an editorial article. The flyer was a preview of databases, resources, and educational search engines. It utilized collaborative strategies, teacher resources, classroom-specific websites. It demonstrates written communication skills, including learning networks, digital libraries, and imagery, and licensure. The second part of this project was a PowerPoint presentation informing people on how to research a topic. The project covered Boolean language, how to refine a research, internet evaluations, how to do those, search engines, digital libraries, and building sites. The flyer also had learning networks and resources, sources for imagery and digital storytelling, audio and sound effects, and how to license your work. The third part of this assignment involved writing a teacher newsletter telling how David Warlick's book, Redefining Literacy 2.0, has impacted procedures as a library media specialist. David addresses various issues such as deciphering websites, weblogs, storing information for research, and much more. I discussed change in the editorial. The Wyandotte Nation conducts an academic preschool and after-school program along with a summer program. In the editorial, I discussed more involvement in digital storytelling and educational application for these programs. The next artifact demonstrates leadership under the Pittsburgh State Graduate Base. It states the educator will demonstrate specific attitudes, values, beliefs, and behaviors that exhibit leadership competencies. In the fall of 2013, we had an assignment where we were to examine effective leadership qualities. And at the time, I was a supervisor at the Wyandotte Nation. This assignment allowed me to examine myself and access how I was using leadership qualities at the Wyandotte Nation. Decisions often made were based on the input from stakeholders such as parents, tribal leaders, and students. Also input from co-workers. For the heading under instruction and assessment, I have chosen an artifact that we did in the fall of 2014 called WebQuest. WebQuest was an inquiring-oriented lesson format which uses a web application where students interact with on-screen and get the use of the information to learn. I used an application called Zoonal.com. The tab bar on the right allows students to access additional pages to the project. This application uses video, worksheets, imagery, student comprehension of the subject, and has an evaluation. This artifact demonstrates knowledge relevant to specific disciplines, establishes goals and expectations for effective learning. The WebQuest application inspires learners to develop self-confidence by interaction with the format. It demonstrates differentiated instruction and allows for evaluation and assessment outcomes as described in the Graduate Base Standards under Instruction and Assessment.